So
yeah, like, was my mom involved on the farm?
Well, she walked beans. Yes, she did. We walked beans, getting the weeds out of the beans. Yes, she did. She walked beans, and I don't know what else. She didn't do. I don't think she did much else. She'll probably say she did, but I can't remember what it would have been. She did walk the beans, and that's a job when it's hot.
Yeah.
Walking on the beans and it getting all itchy. When your mom detasseled corn and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough job.
Were you guys like a very close family then? Like were you guys really, because you're on the farm, you're working together all the time, was it?
I would say very close. You're very close knit, and you're closer to your neighbors in those days too, because you relied on your neighbors to come, and if you had any problems, your neighbors were right there to help you too. You know, because you had these party line telephones. Mm-hmm. If you'd ever call and anybody that you were in trouble with, everybody would come and, you know, if you needed help with anything.
How many people, like?
Well, the next door neighbor, probably about 2 or 3 neighbors would come. One each side of you, they'd come. I can't really think what right now what it would be, but you always knew your neighbors were there to help you.
Wait, did Papa grow up on a farm too?
Yes.
So it was just what you guys knew.
He knew he farmed when he was in high school. He had some land that he farmed from, rented from an uncle, and yeah, Papa always knew he was going to be a farmer. Yeah. And I think Mike always knew he was going to be a farmer.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I mean.
Did you always knew?
I didn't know it was. No, I didn't know it. No, I didn't know for sure.
Then you met Papa.
But I was glad when we moved to town. I don't regret. I mean, I liked living in town because we worked hard out on the farm. It was nice to get in town.
Yeah, you're close to here, yeah.
Yeah. So, other than that, I don't know. It was. How long does this go?
I don't know, how much time is there? Like 15 minutes?
It's only been 15?
Yeah.
Well, now what are we going to talk about now? You can cut this out now.
Yeah, we can cut anything out. I don't know, I'm like curious about,
See, we had the big gardens. You know, we did all of our big gardens we had. Mm-hmm. We canned all of our, you know, our string beans and your peas and your corn. You froze it or you canned it. You didn't, you didn't have to buy too many. And you butchered like your hogs.
Oh, how was that? Did you do that?
No, my folks did. They would take it, string it up and.
Were you uncomfortable with that? Or?
Yes. And they bleed it, you know, stick them and bleed them and
Did Papa do that?
No, but I think my dad did. They did. They butchered their own. Yeah, and then you cut up the meat and if you didn't way back you canned it too, the meat, because you didn't have freezers like you do now. Then later on, we had lockers in town where after you butcher, then you would take it to town and put it in lockers, and we'd go to town. Whenever you go to town, you'd have to get your meat and bring it home. And
do you sell it or?
No, that we ate it.
Oh, you ate.
Well, we sold those hogs that we loaded, but then anything you put in the locker, it was all wrapped up in like you get in the grocery store, wrapped up. It's in a locker plant. You had it was a little square box that all your meat went into, and then you'd go to town and bring home a few pieces, and then for the week, and then you'd go in the next week, and you rented a locker in town. So that was, I forgot about that, but that's what we did to get our meat. And the chickens, we'd get the eggs, so you had your eggs, and then every spring you'd get baby chickens and put them in a brooder house. Mm-hmm. And then you'd have to put them in the hen house in the fall, and always in the fall they'd always go up in the trees and roost, and we'd have to go up and pull them out of it. Papa'd have to crawl up the tree and get the chickens and give them down to us, and we'd have to haul them to the chicken house to put in for the winter. Ooh, that was not a fun job.
Yeah, how was it during like times of like maybe droughts or like winter and stuff? Like, how did the family react? Do you remember?
Well, it was always sort of fun to get snowed in
Oh.
the winter, because then we knew that our neighbors were gonna. They were somehow, this one neighbor that we had, the Marshes, they were going to get to our house one way or the other if they had to get into a bobsled with have a horse pulling them or something. And then we'd make homemade ice cream, and it was always sort of fun to get snowed in the winter, because you knew that neighbor they were going to come up and we were going to have homemade ice cream. So because you had your own cream, you had everything, from the cows, you had the milk and the cream and the eggs, and so you could make homemade ice cream. And no, it wasn't stressful. Only we did have a long lane, and my dad had to shovel out that snow. It was quite a long lane. He did that all by hand, as tall as a car. I noticed some pictures I've got. The snow banks were as high as a car. You can see the car going down through there. That was a lot of work for him. And but we had a snow bucket that when we'd get snowed in, we'd have a snow bucket we could get down the lane with.
So were you and Papa like really close? And
yes, he was. Yes, I would say so, because I never once ever heard him say a swear word, ever. Really. I mean, really. I
think my mom's perspective is different on that. I don't know.
Really? On Grandpa Stabenow?
Oh wait, no, Papa. I'm thinking Papa. No, I don't.
Oh yeah, my Papa, your Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my dad. I'm talking about my dad.
Yeah,
No. Right.
He wouldn't. But Papa.
Yeah.
Would Papa get really stressed? Would he get mad at you ever?
Well, like doing these hogs, just putting them hogs up there, and I would get, they'd run through me, and I'd get all flustered, and I'd say, I'm going to the house, and he'd say, you better not. So I did. I stuck out there, and we got those hogs. We got the hogs all in the, oh dear, yes. I don't know. And I for putting the corn and that in too, I'd get the ground ready for him. I'd go out and, till it and get it all smoothed down, and then he'd plant the corn and the beans. I did that. And when we first started, I didn't have a cab on a tractor. You were out there in the wind and the dirt, and now, of course, they got those fancy cabs, and it's nice in there now, but I didn't have all that till the later years.
Do you guys I don't know, start the day saying you got the corn, you got or do you just know?
You just know. One day we left, and I always clean my sink with. I had an old white sink, and it always gets sort of yellow, so I put Hilux in it, a little Hilux in it. And this is when we moved to the farm where we had water, and I turned the faucet on to fill it up. Now, about that time, Papa was out in the yard and tooted the horn. He was ready to go out to the field, so I ran out with the faucet running. This is in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't come home till Grandma Jenny came out to pick up the kids from school, and she went in the house, and there was water running. I mean, water running around how it was coming out of the house. It was coming out of the side. It was coming out of the house on the foundation of the house. The water. What a mess that was.
Did you have to clean it? Who cleaned it up?
We did. But that was a mess. I mean, that water ran all day. Can you imagine?
Gosh. Was that a waste? Did you guys have to didn't you say you had to heat up your own water?
This was when we were out at the farm, the other farm. When we moved to where we had the electric water heater and all that stuff. But my golly! But the thing, what was really bad about that was Grandma Jenny walked in the house, and there was about how much water in the kitchen, and there was an electric stove.
Oh.
Plugged into the. You could have got electrocuted. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it came around the kitchen, went around the dining room, off, and you could see it coming out of the house that was bad. But nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. Oh, man.
Is this after you had Mike and...
Yeah. Well, I had all three kids.
Did they freak out?
Well, they were at school. Grandma Jenny, they were going to the Catholic school out at Doherty, and Grandma Jenny came out, because I was in the field, so Grandma Jenny went out and was picking them up from school, and when they came home, that's where, I don't know where I don't remember. I think I freaked out when I got home, because the carpet was wet, and it got in all the drawers. I have a cookbook out here in the kitchen I can show you that was in a drawer. It's all crinkled up.
Still...
It's all... You can see it sat in water.
Do you cook every day?
Here?
Like on the farm?
Sure. Yes, you usually have about 3 meals every day on the farm. We did.
So you would, so like a day would be like,
You
what would be a day?
A day you get up and when I was first married, you'd have like bacon and eggs and toast, which we don't do that anymore. But that's what we did. And then you had a noon meal and a night meal. And a lot of farmers, they'll have a lunch break in there, like breakfast early, and then at 10 o'clock they'd have lunch, and then they'll have another dinner, and then lunch in the afternoon. We did not have lunch, but we had the three full meals a day. Yes.
And did you prepare all of them? Did you have help?
No. Yes, I did. I did it all. Yeah. I know I didn't have any help.
You didn't have help? It was
No. No,
You know.
I prepared it, yes. But Papa's pretty easy to prepare for. He never complains about what you feed him. He
No,
never
he still
complains.
doesn't.
No, he still doesn't. I don't cook like I did on the farm now. I mean, you just don't. But there you had to, and because you worked hard, you were outside, and you had to have a good meal.
So not even like mom or helped out?
Mom, well, mom cooks, so I don't know. Mom did a lot of reading. Mom did a lot of reading and drawing and all that stuff.
While people were working out? Or,
Yeah.
Was she required to work out or
Well,
like?
she was required. I don't know that she ever. I can't remember whether she did the egg business or not. Whether we had eggs when she was. I don't know. What did she say? I don't know.
I don't know. I was like talking to her, and she said like from her perspective, you were heavily involved in the business decisions of the farm.
Yeah, selling.
Would you agree?
Yeah, yes. I would listen for the markets. You listen for markets every day because marketing is very important in farming to get the. You want to try and get the high market, which you very seldom do. But I would listen for the markets to see if corn had gone up or down, and you have to watch that pretty close. And yes, I would, yeah, it had a lot to do with that.
Were you and Papa like 50-50 on the business decisions, or?
Probably, I imagine. Once in a while he'd go out and buy a tractor and didn't tell me though, and that was a big decision that he made. That, yeah.
Did you make decisions like that? Were you ever?
He did. Yeah, he did buy a tractor too. That. Yeah.
Were you?
What are you doing?
And you just.
Yeah, I thought, oh, come on now, but he liked his new tractors. That was good.
I don't know if you'll remember this, but yeah, I was talking to my mom again. She said when you got a job, something with the nursing aid thing, Papa wouldn't let you take it, or do you remember that at all?
No.
Something.
I didn't want to. I didn't try to get a job afterwards.
Oh no, she said something that like Papa said like if you take it, then I won't be the one supporting you.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No. But he didn't care that I took that course. I took that course, and I took some. There was 2 courses I took that time up at Nyack, and no, I don't. Maybe he probably didn't want me to go and work though. Probably didn't want me to do that.
Why not?
He was a person that thought you probably the woman should stay home in the house.
Did you ever fight that?
No. I didn't want to really do that too bad anyway.
Is that just how it was back then? Like, is it weird for you to see how it is now, or are you just like that's what?
Well, it's not weird. It's something that they have to do now, in order to survive. To survive, would you say? Because everybody's living like they're starting out like we left off, or how the kids now when they get married. Really they are, and they have to have 2 jobs in order to, I think, to maintain that, and it's higher. It's harder. I suppose it's harder to nowadays. It's harder to make a living, and one person probably can't hardly do it.
Mm-hmm.
The way they at the level that they want to live. They're
So like back then it was
and
easier.
2 or 3 cars, and see, each has a car, and here we had 1 car and a radio pickup, and I don't know. No, it's just everything's different, but it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, do you like the direction things are moving, or?
Well, I
Or
think
do you
so.
like don't mind it?
And everybody complains about the way things are moving, but I imagine